wanna know a crazy tea? You are destroying your life by waiting to know what your pados wali auntie did, who's Taylor Swift's fiance, who had a breakup, who had a patch up, and dunya jahan ki baatein. You know what? Gossip feels fun. They are engaging. They feel harmless, but it is slowly killing your energy, your mindset, and your sense of direction. And you know how we are all hyped up by what's the new tea in the market. We have to know everything which is going around in the world. Otherwise, पता नहीं कौन सी कयामत आ जाएगी अगर हमें कुछ पता नहीं चला तो, right? Gossip feels light, entertaining, and a form of bonding. But most of the time, gossip is investing our emotional energy into lives that are not ours. For something you will forget in a few days, you are spending today's attention, today's energy, and today's mental space. And what you gained by this? Nothing. Literally nothing. You're investing your energy into something which has no future value. See, it's basically science. By gossiping or knowing teas, what you are doing is you are having a dopamine hit. And now, every other time, your brain will need more dopamine. क्यों? Because अब तुमने उसको exhaust कर दिया है. There's a limit. Every time you will need a higher strike, a higher rate of hormones to feel good, to have that kind of spark, to have that kind of fun in you. And now you will feel everything else boring. The normal things in your life, you'll feel like they have no value whatsoever. Everything will be boring, mundane. Why? Because you just wired your brain like that. You just need something entertaining, something spicy to live by. Your nervous system is resetted like that only. It's literally like watching movies, dramas, or scrolling. It gives you dopamine spikes, and now the next time you need more of it, a higher one to fulfill that kind of mindset you developed. It creates negativity, it normalizes joking about someone's pain. Slowly, it makes us bitter without even realizing. And eventually, you become someone whose inner world is built out of other people's trajectories. Now, the main point here is perception damage. Look, you have a friend, they tell you about someone, they have their own perception of that person, they will tell you the information they know. Okay, now you will create a perception of theirs of that third person. You know nothing about that person, how they walk, how they talk, what kind of mindset they have, but you already created a version of them in your mind. How? By participating in gossips about them. By, if your friend don't like them, you will don't like them. Why? Because now you already hate that person. Why you hate that person? Because your friend said something to you that, look, he or she is like this only, they have these kind of certain habits, and maybe those habits are not likable by your friend, and maybe you like them. So gossip literally creates a false dilemma of a person, and now you avoid people, judge them, decide their character, all without real data. And it is actually very common, आपने हर कहीं देखा होगा, that you literally have a character build up of one person in your head. Why? Because सब कह रहे हैं कि this kind of person is like that and this kind of person is like this. Now you're also like, हाँ भाई ये है ही ऐसा. Why? Because you are just participating in people's bullshit basically. So please go and see for yourself. The most important part is, do not have any imaginary kind of things about anyone until and unless you see it for yourself. So it's basically a social collapse. Would you see yourself talking in a negative light? No, right? But someone out there is talking negative about you. Look, it always circles back. You bad bitch behind someone's back, someone else is bad bitching about you. So be careful how you do things. And on top of that, it is causing a brain rot. Like, now all your energies are on these stupid teas. And today in this generation, internet have thousands of teas. Like, today's hot tea is this. Even the biggest scandal, tell me how much time you are going to remember that scandal. Maybe for a week if it's too big, right? But it has no value in your life. So why are you wasting that precious energy, that precious time, and training your mind in a very bad way? We don't want a life where it is only built on other people's gossips and their life dramas. Everyone have something going on in their life. That doesn't mean it have to talked about in a negative light, right? I'm not saying never vent. Venting is human. At some point, choosing yourself means choosing silence over unnecessary voice. So, whenever from now you find yourself getting interested in some kind of drama, back off and know this is not what you are here for. You have a bigger purpose in life other than stupid dramas and gossips. So, never ever participate. And if you can help someone else, if you can tell your friends that what this is actually doing with us, stop them. And if nobody listens to you, you listen to yourself. Because you know what, I literally had this realization. I caught myself listening to someone else talk, and suddenly I was like, what the hell I am even doing? I am not here to waste my time just listening to it because it sounds interesting. Now I literally backed off and just go upstairs and take a walk, because that felt better. That was for me. Not, and you know what, these dramas, they can destroy your mental peace. You listen something you don't want to listen, you're just thinking, overthinking about what you just listen. You should not have. So please do yourself a favor and do not get involved in unnecessary thing which is not meant for you at all, right? So I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care and bye bye.